Hello, everyone. It's Ty Slatter.
Antonio Turner.
Welcome to another edition of GTA Heat Check brought to you by GTA Sports Network. Follow us on all social media platforms. Like, comment, and subscribe to GTA Sports on YouTube. And don't forget GTASports.com for all things in the world of sports. Today, we're talking NFL. Woo! We are talking about the divisional round. Ooh-wee. Damn. I'm gonna let you start, Tom, because I'm let the football guy do the football talk today. Because I'm gonna let you lead this one, and we'll do the NBA later. Because I gotta get your take on the divisional weekend. I got a lot of thoughts about it.
So I missed Saturday because I was working. You probably did too.
Saturday. What was that? The 14th?
21st. Jacksonville Chiefs.
What am I doing on the 21st? No, I watched it. I think I seen it.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay. Now I missed it. I was
worked.
working.
I worked. Did I work Sunday? Yeah, I worked Sunday.
I was in and out. I was at work, so I didn't get a chance to watch like I wanted to.
Okay.
The first one, at least, Jacksonville and Kansas City.
Yeah, but now to be fair,
actually, it was a good game.
You know what I'm saying? It was better than most people expected because I don't even think you expected it to be that close.
I said take the spread though. It was 9.5. They only won by 7. That's not that. I was like, y'all better not. Chiefs defense ain't that good. Jack's still not ranked.
Right. Let's start off with the before we get into the performances. Let's start off with the injury of Patrick Mahomes. We got high ankle sprain.
Yeah, see, that's why I missed that part.
I'm sorry.
I said I missed it at work, and I saw him limping. I said, "What happened to him?"
Mm-hmm.
I said, "He hit in the ankle." And then the app I follow this app. It's called Fantasy Life. Matthew Berry's app.
Right.
He has every local reporter on that app. So he drops it before Schefter.
Okay.
They be on the sidelines. Schefter don't be on the sidelines.
Not like he used to be.
Exactly. Now he used to be. Exactly. He got connects on the sideline.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but the beat reporter said it first. It was a high ankle sprain. And then they said he was going to be out. And they taped him up. Probably gave him a shot.
Oh, he most definitely had to give him a shot. I mean, even with the injury, we can look at 22 out of 30, 195 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then you had 8 more yards on the rush. I mean, you got over 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. You know how I feel. You do 200, 2 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, it's not a Patrick Mahomes game, but it's still accurate.
He's put on different levels.
It was still an accurate game, nonetheless.
Oh, absolutely, it was.
And as far as Trevor Lawrence, salute to that man. Hell of a season. Finishing out with 24, 39, 217, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 26 yards on the rush. Again, your main targets pretty much got a taste of the ball. Christian Kirk got a touchdown, 52 yards, 7 receptions. Etienne, he got a touchdown, 62 yards, 10 carries. I mean, overall, shout out to Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence for turning this franchise around in one season. The front office, all the guys, the GM, coordinators. I mean, Jaguar is going to be a problem for the next few seasons. I just want people to know that this is not a lightning in the bottle type situation. Jaguars are here to stay for at least the next 5 to 10 years. As long as they keep the main people together and Trevor elevates his game. I'm sorry.
They have a secret weapon next year.
They do. Calvin Ridley.
They do have Calvin Ridley. He won't be suspended. He was just a Pro Bowler.
Man, that's crazy. Can you imagine how good they would have been with him this year?
Exactly. And they got him for pancakes.
For nothing.
He was a first-round pick.
Nothing. Huh?
He was a first-round pick 3 years ago.
You put him with Zay Jones and Christian Kirk, that's a problem.
He's the number 1 receiver.
He was.
He's going to be in Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He's better than both of them combined, to be honest.
No, and no disrespect to them because they had a hell of a season.
It's not no disrespect, but Calvin really was a problem with Matt Ryan.
We saw and you called it midway through the season where you made the prediction that Jacksonville would have to win out the rest of the season to make a playoff push, and they did it. I was impressed. I said I didn't think they was gonna make it.
I didn't think they was gonna make it, but I called it at the beginning of the year. Though. I did do that.
You did. You said it's gonna have a hell of a season. New coach. You know, Trevor's a winner at all levels. So you said that he's gonna get tired of losing. Like he's not a loser. Like Trevor's been a winner at every level. So
he had a real coach.
You got a real coach this year.
You get a real coach, it changes a lot.
But it wasn't. But can we both agree that they're like at least a year or 2 years ahead of schedule?
Next year they might dominate the division.
They should.
Because Tennessee's in rebuild. They need a quarterback.
Colts is going Colt, and the Texans is going Texans.
Exactly. The Texans are at least 5 years away.
Texans don't even have a coach right now.
Or a quarterback.
Speaking of coach, this little sidebar, I saw the report last night on ESPN. Former Texans head coach Bill O'Brien's going back to New England.
Yeah, I saw that. They need him back.
What was he, the defensive coordinator?
Offensive coordinator.
Offensive coordinator? Okay.
Yeah, they don't have offensive coordinator right now.
I did see the report he's going back to New England.
Yeah, because they had Matt Patricia and Joe Judge, who are defensive coordinators.
And then can you tell me what I saw half the report? Kellen Moore is getting interviewed by what team?
Oh, is he?
I did see a report. They got permission to interview Kellen Moore for the head coach position. I think it might have been Carolina.
Or Houston, I would assume.
It might have been Carolina. Don't hold me to that, but I did see a report about Kellen Moore.
I didn't see that report, but I would assume it'd be them.
Okay. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
That must have been today because I didn't see that yesterday.
Yeah, it was. 35 minutes ago.
Oh, what was it on Schefter's?
Yeah. Sports Illustrated. And then it's today. Tom Pelissero.
Oh yeah, I know who that is. Tom Pelissero.
Steve Smith, former Panther. He tweeted about it a couple of days ago.
Oh, for the Panthers.
Yeah, but he's not happy about it though. Steve Smith said, hold on, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. Steve Smith said, we the Panthers interviewed Kellen Moore for the head coaching job. Based on the last play of the Cowboys, ain't no way in hell Moore is coaching us with that last trash play. Well,
right.
Well, we're going to get to that, by the way. That's part of today's conversation. You want to go ahead and just say, look, that's pretty good segue, actually. Let's go ahead and talk about them Cowboys. Now, disclaimer, I am not Stephen A. Smith. I am not Shannon Sharp. I do not hate the Cowboys. I do not hate the fan base. The fan base is delusional. I will agree with them on that. But what I'm also
I hate the Cowboys.
Being unbiased, because you know how I feel about the Niners, but being unbiased, if the Cowboys hadn't made that crucial pick at 2nd and 2, and they had the 5 out, you saw the 5 wide out. Mm-hmm. I'm willing to go on record, and they're on the 20-yard line. I'm willing to go on record and say the Niners would have lost this game. And I know how you feel about Purdy. So I know where you're going to go with this. I already know. I see your face. I know where you're going to go with this. I see you look at the numbers. He's like,
basically, no criteria here. He didn't have no touchdowns. Just saying.
I saw when I saw the stat line. I watched the game. When I saw the stat, I was like,
I watched a little bit of it, but I was like, based on your stat, based on your criteria.
You know it's bad when I mess around and oversleep the day we're supposed to record a podcast. I know Tony probably think he don't want to record this podcast because he ain't gonna want to address Purdy. Purdy was a no-show.
No show. He didn't show up at all. He did all right.
He really wasn't there.
He did better than Dak, I guess.
Enough. He did enough.
He had no turnovers, I guess.
You give him that, but I knew by the score of the game. I'm like, the Niners technically could have lost this game. I ain't gonna real. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm glad the Niners pulled it off, but boy, if it wasn't for the Cowboys making that crucial mistake, we would be having a whole different conversation right now.
Mm-hmm.
So Dak, being Dak, who had a stellar all-pro game against Tom Brady and the Bucs, which we said
who's going
Bucs are not the Niners.
Exactly.
That was real cute what you did against the Bucs.
Right.
But these Niners is different. Defense number 1 in the league, right there with the Cowboys. So, and for the record, before we break down the offensive flaws, Cowboys defense showed up.
They have a choice.
Purdy's numbers, looking at Purdy's numbers, you can't take nothing away from the defense.
DeMarcus Lawrence, all them.
Lawrence, Trevon Diggs. I mean,
Yeah.
the defense showed up. Dak just went Dak on you, Dak. Just Dak. I mean,
Yep.
23-37, 206 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions, 2 crucial interceptions, might I say. The only touchdown recorded on the offense was your tight end Schultz in the red zone, 27 yards, 5 receptions, at average of 5.4 on the yardage. Tony Pollard, what kind of injury did he get?
Broke his leg.
Reports say that technically, if Zeke had been performing, that was supposed to be Zeke's play.
Oh, well. Apparently, the word on the street is Zeke's willing to take a pay cut to stay on the Cowboys.
Yeah, because he knows he's on his last legs
Well,
as
because
a running back.
he gets paid too much. That's the problem.
Oh, speaking of,
and they want to keep Pollard.
Thanks for bringing it up. One of the Hall of Fame quarterbacks, or I should say future Hall of Fame quarterbacks, that was sitting and watching the game from home just like us, Aaron Rodgers, is willing to renegotiate his deal with the Packers. After he took the money and Devontae Adams went to Vegas, now you want to renegotiate and restructure your deal. Stupid. Stupid.
Right.
So you wait till your number one Pro Bowler goes to Vegas.
They basically in the same position they were 12 years ago.
With Brett Favre?
Yeah, Brett Favre kept doing the same thing. I'm retired, not retired, and everybody kept leaving. And he was still making playoffs or barely making the playoffs type thing, which is Aaron Rodgers. So it's kind of who he got it from. Brett Favre didn't help nothing.
That was his mentor.
He wasn't a mentor. He didn't even train. He didn't mentor nothing.
Well, look what he did for Jordan Love. What is Aaron done for Jordan Love?
You know what I'm saying? Brett Favre didn't mentor. He said, I'm still starting quarterback. So Aaron Rodgers, I'm still starting quarterback. I'm not going to mentor you.
Notice how quickly we got off the Cowboys conversation?
Yeah, because it was unnecessary. That's how I feel about it.
We all knew it was coming. The Cowboys, they're going to do what Cowboys do. When the lights get the brightest, they come up short time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Michael Irvin. He had to go through hell that Monday. Poor Michael Irvin. Poor Michael Irvin. Playmaker, man. He had him, Marcus
They call Shaq. He called Shaq. Stephen A. did on Instagram. He posted it on Instagram. Just laughing at him. Shaq hung up the phone.
Ain't nothing you can say. Man.
He FaceTimed Shaq, and Shaq just hung the phone up.
Because ain't nothing you can say. Like, the Cowboys are who we thought they were. An accident waiting to happen. You lost against a rookie quarterback that really didn't have a good game. Your defense shut him down, and you still couldn't win the game.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tom, before we move on, can the Cowboys win the Super Bowl with Dak Prescott at center?
I think they can. I don't know about with Mike McCarthy.
Does Mike McCarthy keep his job?
I mean, I guess he does this year, but I think Dak is better than Romo. So
they kind of compared that game to Romo too, by the way.
I know if I had to pick one, Dak Prescott or Tony Romo, give me Dak. That's me though.
Yes. I guess.
Now, if we want to go now further down the line, like Troy Aikman, that's
that we leave that alone.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going
to leave that alone
because everybody know the answer.
You don't compare Michael Jordan to anybody that's current right now. You leave that era alone.
That's like comparing Michael Jordan and Zach LaVine.
You don't do that.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't do that. Stop. He is who he is. Troy Aikman is solidified. That whole 90s era, 95 Cowboys, you don't touch prime, you don't touch playmaker, you don't touch those guys.
Smith, none of them, right?
Stay out of it. Lead them out of this. Lead them out of this. Because these teams, even though the hype was, we ain't the same team we was last year against the Niners. Yeah, you're right. You worse.
Honestly, I think what's going to happen, they're not going to win one until I know Jerry O. It had to be after Jerry's gone.